Okay, so we're going to talk about adding matrices here. And you'll see in this example, I have a few things typed out, but the idea is we have, excuse me, matrix M is equal to this guy right here, and matrix N is this guy right here. And first thing I would like to say is that when we're adding and subtracting, give me a second here, I just need to change the pen real quick. This is a 2 by 3, and this is also a 2 by 3. So in order to add and subtract matrices, these guys have to be equal to each other. They have to have the same dimensions. Okay? So if they don't have the same dimensions, it doesn't work. Okay? Because one's got extra and one doesn't have enough, because we have to put each element with another element. Okay? So if you'll notice here, the question is going to say find m plus n. So what I've done is I've said, okay, well, m plus n is going to be matrix M, right, listed out, plus matrix N listed out. And the way that this works is to find what this is equal to. It's going to get a little, I don't want to say messy, but I'm going to go ahead and increase the size of this. But I'm going to add every specific element, so corresponding elements get put together. So this guy right here is row 1, column 1. I'm going to add him with row 1, column 1. Row 2, column 2 gets added with row 2, column 2. So in order to find the new matrix, when I'm adding these guys together, this guy would be a negative 5 plus 2. And then my next piece would be a 9 plus 6. And then the next piece would be a 2 minus 3, right? We're adding, but that's a negative number. And then the next piece would be an 11 plus 22, okay? Negative 1 plus 10, and 3 plus 0, right? So basically what I'm doing is the guys that are in the same spot are connected, and those are the ones that I perform the operation on. So I'm going to move this way, okay? So we'll put a little arrow here, and this will be the final answer. So I get a negative 3, a 15, a negative 1, 33, a 9, and a 3. And that's my resulting matrix. So when I add the two matrices together, that's what I equal. Okay, so that's how we would add a matrix. Okay, so in this example we're subtracting. It's the same idea as addition. I'm going to look at these two guys, confirm that their dimensions are the same, and then they are the same. They're both a 2 by 3 matrix. And now I'm just going to subtract the corresponding elements. So that'd be a negative 5 minus 2, a 9 minus a 6. So what I'd like for you to do is pause, set it up. When you come back, there's going to be a little bit more work on the video. Okay, so our next step is going to be the negative 5, right? 9, 2. I'm going to subtract all these guys. So that means that we got, this guy right here minus that guy right here. The 9 minus the 6, right? And that's the process that we're going to go through. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put the answer up here, but basically to get each individual piece, I subtract the corresponding elements. So the work with it is not that bad. It's actually relatively easy to work with. It's when we get to some other kind of topics that gets a little bit more challenging, but this is pretty straightforward. Okay, so I got the answer here, and so just confirm that you are getting this, and if you did not get this, just go back and say, what's negative 5 minus, right, a 2? That's negative 7. What's 9 minus 6? That's a 3. What's 2 minus a negative 3? That's a 5. So just be careful with the signs also. And this is how we would subtract matrices. And we'll go on and we'll do a couple different examples here and a couple different ideas and work with adding and subtracting.